Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I must commend you for creating space on the discourse that has to do with avoidable incidents of collapse of building. Avoidable in the sense that errors, human errors, being committed repeatedly led us to where we are today. If you look back during the colonial era, the issue of building collapse was very strange to Nigeria. Even after independence, it was a rare occurrence. Until 80s, the buildings constructed in the early 80s started showing these signs of failure. Why? Because they derailed from due process. In those days, sites were monitored by inspectors from Ministry of Physical Planning. You could not cast your concrete without them coming to ascertain your reinforcement work, the formwork, and then your mix ratio will be monitored. Then somehow, as the population increased and the demand for housing units increased, monitoring intensity reduced, and that was what led. We didn't pay much attention to professionalism again. And coincidentally, we are in an area that is bound, the office is in an area that is bound to witness failure of building in the near future. And he has already been witnessing failure of building. Our organization called Building Collapse Prevention Drill, that was established in 2011 to focus on the challenges of building collapse, had various sets across Lagos State in line with the local government. Our Kochofe, the BCPG Kochofe set that covered this locality of Bagada, identify your areas as one of the locations that we have been expressing foundation failure. Westers, Okealo, down to Atunrashe, to Bagada, and we had bad soil, very poor soil. So, lack of subsoil investigation is responsible for collapse building in Lagos State area. Subsoil investigation, soil test. Because in Lagos State we have some areas that are very sensitive, where the soil strength is not able to bear the load that will be applied on it. And this area is identified as one of the areas in Lagos that has poor soil formation. Lagos State is having the challenges of riparian environment, that has to do with water and clayey soil, even peat. If you remember, the first major building collapse in Lagos State in the 80s took place around your area at Mende here. Hotel building being constructed. As we are about to enter into AWOBODU estate, on the left, collapsing, and several buildings here collapsed because they were constructing those buildings without paying attention to investigating the type of soil that is on the site. So based on this experience, while we were in the committee set up by Governor Raji Fashola then, Babatunde Raji Fashola then, to reform the physical planning laws in Lagos State, we identify soil tests as one of the important methods of overcoming building collapse. So in the regulation of Lagos State that will soon come out now, it is compulsory for any building that is above 2 floors, ground floors and first floor, to come with soil test report for approval. And even in the sensitive area, a bungalow might have to come with soil test report. That is number one. The problem of other problems, other causes of building collapse that we have identified over the years include poor workmanship, use of substandard materials, design, faulty designs, or copied design, where you are using design of building. I mean, the same design for different buildings or similar buildings in different locations. We also have the problem of quackeries. Those who are not professionals in the built environment or builders coming to confront to handle building projects. We also have the issue of not adherence to professional advice, inconsistency in the monitoring system of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. We also have the issue of unrealistic timelines in construction, where you are starting a project today and you want it to finish tomorrow without considering the normal process of building construction. For instance, when you finish your deck, like suspended floor, it requires 28 days for it to become fully hardened to carry loads. But you see, people are so much in a hurry. They would not wait for 28 days and construction continues. They start to apply loadings on a fresh concrete, thereby weakening the intrinsic synergy within the elements. That is also there. Casting at night, concrete work at night, is also a problem that we have identified in Lagos. We have the problem of drainage, as it's happening in Lekki, of flooding. Then drainage can still be separated. Then fire incidents are also being caused. Lack of maintenance, people don't maintain their buildings. So if you look at the issue of crime, it's good we are dealing with real estate business. The problem of Lagos Island, for instance, started when the demolition or dismantling of those bungalows that gave way to those high-rise buildings comment. How did it happen? Traders ventured into building construction because the families on the Lagos Island did not have the required fund to execute construction of high-rise buildings. This is the system of the traders. They will approach a family that this your building that is well located, close to a marketplace, you could demolish it. It will be like we will use it for less than 20-25 years. We give you a floor, and it was quite empty. The family will agree. Such building we discover had no architectural design, no serious structural design, and no professional builders involved in the construction. But the irony is this: how did we allow such a thing to take place on the Lagos Island, the capital of Nigeria, in those days? It was an irony. But there's a lot of history to that. We now learn that Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development will not approve a building that is less than 150 square meters, which is the usual practice on Lagos Island. So that means that most of those buildings, not wide enough but narrow and tall, are not approved. They are illegal. So that is the reason why number 63 63 Massey Street, Itafaji, Lagos Island is could be regarded as an illegal structure. We couldn't get any approval on the building. Any building plan approval could not be provided because the total area actually was less than 150 square meters. So the era of developers came in. People who had the reasonable amount of money to start construction. But we look at it, if this government has successfully instituted a mechanism for mortgage system, there will be no need for prospective owners of buildings to seek assistance from developers who are never trained, who are more or less interested in profit rather than standard. And that was how we have been losing lives in those buildings. And I would like to tell you how dangerous this situation was. When we knew that these people are real, their practice cannot be wished away or could not be wished away. As the chairman of Nigeria's Institute of Building in Lagos State then, over 10 years ago, I started bringing them together, those developers on Lagos Island, to our builders, monthly builders forum. And most of them really opened up that they were business people. They were not trained in the art of construction. We advise them to make use of professionals among themselves. Because the family, they had a way of approaching the family, and the family always listened to them. Then one day, after incessant collapse of building, one of their leaders came to my office on KUNLE and confessed that we have been involved in a process that we didn't have professional control over. That, for instance, where the steel reinforcement bars of 16 was required, 12 mm diameter bar used. Because of ignorance, then he suggested, then he went further, that each time the rain was falling, most of them could not sleep. They suffer from insomnia. Will it be